Hello, friends and fellow adventurers. Quick announcement. We have launched a new show. It's more of the same thing you've come to expect from MNmaxed, and this time we're going to be playing The Return of the Rune Lords, converted to Second Edition. We are extremely excited to share this adventure with you, and a big thanks to everyone who listens and supports us for making this possible. We've put the show on its own new channel. Find it anywhere you already listen to MNmaxed by searching for MNmaxed or The Mithril Dragon Wagon. There's 5 vignette episodes already up which explain that weird title, along with several full actual play episodes ready for you to listen to. From here on out, new episodes will be releasing every other Sunday. Go check it out and join us on that adventure. And now, on with the show. Welcome to the MNmaxed Podcast, a place for adventurers and friends. You join us as we delve deeper into the Fall of Plaguestone and Pathfinder Second Edition. A recap of Session 5. After we decide to go to Hallett's place, we try to scope it out, and it pretty much looks abandoned. Miklik opens the door, and a fucking spear shoots out and hits Plum right in the fucking chest. He dies again. Between them, Daru and Vorn save Plum's life. Again. Afterwards, we enter the house and everything goes to hell. The place is straight from hoarders, and some shit collapses onto Daru and Vorn. They dig themselves out as Plum watches from the window, and Miklik waits impatiently at a door in a basement. Eventually, Mick opens the door, and we hear the barking of dogs. We open right into combat with 4 adorably terrifying St. Bernards. Miklik has flashbacks. Things start to get a little shakily, but a couple of crits turn things in our favor. After the dogs are defeated mercilessly, we find a couple of vials in a barrel. They're alchemist's fire. We also find a chest, and Plum gets poisoned by a fucking chest trap. It's a bitch. In it is some gold, silver, and receipts. On one scrap, there are transactions. It is a map labeled Hideout. There's a pond and a V-shaped chamber. The receipt is for alchemical reagents, including corpse blood. The plot thickens as we find Bort's name as a dealer of these herbs.
You guys begin to trek through the darkened hallway. Who has sources of light? I know Daru has one on his shield, correct?
Yeah.
Miklik has dark vision, so he doesn't need any.
Yeah, I have low light vision.
I have low light.
Let's talk about marching order then. Who's going first?
Miklik's in front with the dark vision.
I will follow.
I was gonna say, do the casters want to be sandwiched between, or do they want to?
I vote sandwich between. I'll go second.
You guys gonna be in a little Miklik Daru sandwich?
Hey.
Nah, I want to be in bed.
I have good perception too.
Alright, so Miklik, Vorn, Daru,
Plum.
put the Gerger.
So you guys start trekking your way through here. It's dark. It's definitely a little windy. You feel a little breeze coming from ahead of you. There's certainly something coming from ahead. After another about 10 minutes of travel here, you guys start coming up into, you can hear some soft water sloshing. For everybody who's listening, they are hearing the water, and the cave starts to open up a little bit. And I want you all to position yourselves into the section that I've just opened on the map.
So Miklik will move into here and then look around the room.
The passageway opens up into a large natural chamber, the center of which is occupied by a pool of brackish water. Stalactites and stalagmites occupy much of the room, but a path between them leads around the pool and to another corridor on the opposite side of the cave.
He takes a quick glance around the room. I get a 15 on perception.
As you enter the room, you notice that from the pool, this strange blue glow begins emanating up from the pond, sending a cascade of shimmering light to the ceiling above. What do you do?
Is a watery tart gonna throw a sword at me? It's just a bright blue light.
Yeah, just a strange blue light emanating from in the center of the pond.
I stare at it. It's shiny.
It is shiny. You see the head of a large snake crest the water. In between its fangs, as it hisses at you, are small jolts of blue electrical arcs go back and forth between its teeth.
Not expecting that.
and we're gonna roll initiatives.
I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't that.
Plum got a 6.
Daru, 10.
Miklik got a 6.
Foreign got a 21.
All right. So it's going to, it's actually going to get to go first here. And the lightning serpent slithers up onto the shore of this chamber and across it. So he's on Miklik's other side, and he uses one action to do that. With his second and third action, that Tesla coil at the end, it starts rattling. And as it rattles back and forth, it starts generating electricity. And then all of a sudden, shoots across the chamber. And it's going to catch Miklik, Vorn, and Daru in this line of lightning. Everybody's going to need to give me a reflex save.
Of a natural 19 got a 25.
Nice.
14.
Is not a critical success, unfortunately.
Miklik gets a total of 18.
Daru is going to fail this save. Miklik and Vorn will succeed. This is going to deal 2d10 points of damage.
Jesus.
So full damage on this lightning arc, or this lightning bolt, is 15. I rolled solid on that 2d10. So now I'm going to talk about rounding here real quick. We used to play a lot in 1E where anytime rounding was involved, we would basically round to fuck the player. But it does call out that anytime you need to round damage, you round down unless it says you're rounding up. So there's going to be a round down. Half damage of this 15 is going to be 7. Daru is going to take the full 15 points of damage.
Don't phase me.
That would have killed Plum again.
Yep, sure would have. Now we're going into the first entrant on this combat, which is going to be Vorn.
Yeah, I heal 3 actions to channel and got a 5.
Nice, on the D8.
So we all got 5. And that's all 3 of my actions.
Then it's Daru's turn.
No snake gonna get the best of me. I'm gonna go back behind here. Does that work?
Yep.
Just north of the snake.
Daru's tactically moving in on the other side of it.
I'll hit with a 19 on the dice. I mean, 19 to hit.
19 does hit.
I'll hit it for 11.
All right, solid hit. Solid hit on the lightning serpent here. As Daru cracks into it with his warhammer. And after Daru takes his third action, it's going to be Miklik's turn.
Miklik will use one action to stride 10 feet to the west, get into flanking with it. My second action will be to rage. Third action is to attack with my fist.
Got it. Miklik goes to punch the snake.
And I am going to use my first hero point because I rolled a 4 for a total of an 11.
All right, make use.
I get 18 for a total of 25 on my second hit.
That'll do it. It's not a critical hit, but that is certainly a hit.
And I get a total of 11 damage with my hit.
11 points of damage. This thing has taken a slam from a warhammer and a punch in the face with a fist. It's looking really nasty and looking like it's about to pass out. After Miklik, it is Plum's turn.
Plum will take a stride action. Well, actually, it'll just be like a step action. Yeah. Would you say I have a line of sight on him from way back in the tunnel where I'm at there?
Yeah, I would say you do.
Okay.
Daru's got the light on his shield, and that's giving you the ability to see him, yes?
Yeah, sounds good. I really have very little to do, but I will simply launch a ray of frost at the dumb snake. I am going to get a 22 to hit him.
22 hits.
And I will deal 1d4 plus my charisma. My charisma is plus 4. I roll a 2, so that's 6 frosty damage to the snake.
6 damage of frost to the snake. The snake gets hit right in the face with that ice spell, and it falls.
Nice.
And it lets off this small, pitiful shocks that are going smaller. And it stops moving.
Stomp on its head.
Well done.
Because that thing was terrifying.
Not terribly difficult combat, but it definitely dealt a really good chunk of damage to 3 of the party with that line of lightning. So you guys have finished killing the electric rattlesnake, and you're now in a room that has a small pool of water, and it continues on farther to the north.
Miklik will inspect the water.
Go ahead and give me a perception check, Miklik.
I will. Let's see. We'll start off with a 16 perception.
As you're looking into this body of water, you do see, it's almost difficult to tell right away, because at the bottom of the pool of water is what looks like just a rocky outcropping of limestone. But after kind of taking a glance, you double take to it, and you see that there seems to be a skeleton where the limestone has begun to grow and expand over top of some of these skeletal remains. It is a humanoid-looking skeleton. And you see the hilt of a weapon sticking out nearby the skeletal remains.
Miklik will go get it.
Check it for traps.
Miklik swims into the water, taking a look at the hilt. As you get down there closely, you can see that it is very clearly wedged deep within the stone.
If he pulls it out, is he now King Goblin?
This is what I said when I walked in this room about a watery tart throwing a sword at us.
Yes.
Athletics check to try to pull it out of the wedge.
Give it a tug.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
Wait, that's what she said?
Yeah, she's late. She's too tired tonight. Give it a tug.
We're not worried about it. He, she, they tug it. Who cares? They're tugging it.
Miklik will get a 16 to try to tug it.
Just saying, man, it's 2019.
We're not, we're all inclusive here.
Anybody can tug.
Anybody can tug.
I'm tugging right now.
This is why we're not live streaming yet.
Miklik tugs really hard.
So hard.
So hard on the sword hilt, but it's stuck. It's stuck real good in there. Miklik, what you get on your athletics check?
I got a 16.
You're unable to loose the weapon.
I will swim back up and see if Daru could give me a hand.
All right, I'll step up and assist my little goblin.
How deep is it? Like, how far down into the pool are we swimming?
I'd say it's like
Are we,
5 feet deep.
And
Do
then,
I need to swim, or am I tall enough? What are we looking at?
How tall are you?
5'6".
Your head sticks out of the water.
All right.
but
Well,
in order to pull on the hilt, you'll probably have to get down in the water.
It's not deep enough, and it's completely still water that, mechanics-wise, I'm not going to make you roll or do anything as far as the water is concerned.
Okay. Well, we're just doing a strength check or
Athletics.
athletics.
I'd like to attempt to aid him.
So did we check for traps?
No.
Brought it here.
Nope.
How do we aid?
I mean, traps are like pointed at Plum at all times.
Yeah, so
So
you're
Daru's feeling
So you
fairly
guys are
safe
fine.
about this.
Meaning I'm getting on the other fucking side of the room.
I'm staying back in the other. I'm back. I'm back in the corner.
You're gonna set up another trap, man. I know you are.
Daru, what'd you roll for athletics?
I have gotten a 21.
Miklik expressed interest in assisting.
To attempt a skill check or attack roll of the type decided by the GM, which would be an athletics check.
Go ahead and make your athletics roll.
Oh dear God!
So, Daru,
It's a nat one. Why can we not aid? What is it with aiding?
So you're
Yes.
dropping me down a success rate, right? Is that what that is?
suck at helping each other.
No, a critical failure is a -1 penalty to your check.
Oh, I thought it was the drop. Okay.
No, the failure on top of a 1 reduces that failure to a critical failure. I would assume.
He did, and even if you didn't roll a 1, you critically failed this anyways. What was your total?
8.
So, if you had rolled a 2 and it was a 9, you still would have critically failed.
Yeah, because I was more than 10 below.
Correct. Which means Daru's original athletics check was a 21, now is reduced to a 20. Daru, you reach down there and you get a good grab on that sword hilt,
And now it's mine.
And you pull. And you pull. Nope. You can't get it out. You feel like you would probably need something that would break up the limestone that's kind of encroached around this hilt. It's enough that without breaking some of the stone, you don't really think that you can pull it out without damaging the blade.
We have a couple of crowbars.
I asked Miklik, why do we want this thing?
It could be cool.
It could be good.
Shiny.
Could be shiny.
Speaking as a sailor, it's always a good idea to recover buried treasure underwater.
All right, Plum, why don't you get down there and break up that limestone for me?
Yeah, fun plum.
Okay. Can I try and break up the limestone with my crowbar?
You can try.
I mean, I feel like a mace would be stronger than a crowbar.
Well,
For breaking rock, I could imagine.
the crowbar is usually used as like a sharp point to hit something else against. Swinging a warhammer underwater is probably not.
I wouldn't really be swinging, more so like...
I'll hold the crowbar as like a chisel. Thank you, a chisel. And then Daru can hit the crowbar with his hammer. And we'll chisel away.
Just trust that I won't hit you. Like, you're like, this is like, I have a hammer, you have a nail. And I'm just...
But it's a really big nail.
It's also 5 feet underwater, though.
I'll tell you, you get a couple of good hits in, and you feel like as though you could break up the stone enough to pull out this weapon, but it's likely going to take a little bit of time. If you decide that you're going to do it, I'll disclose the amount of time that it's going to take. But until then, you guys need to decide. It will take longer than 5 to 10 minutes.
Well, are we still all good on HP from that fight?
No. Not at all.
Yeah,
I mean,
all three of you got rocked.
If I should heal anybody,
I'm at 17 out of 19, so I'm doing pretty good.
I'm still down 14.
I'm at 16 out of 8. You're down 14. Okay.
I have 7 HP.
I just treated wounds on the recently.
Daru has had wounds treated on him within the last hour, yes.
And I used my focus, so I would have to pray if I want to heal myself.
That takes 10 minutes, right?
Yeah.
We got 10 minutes.
But I'm supposed to be the one hitting the hammer into the thing.
Oh, Nick
Can I
do it
pray
too.
whilst hammering?
Who is your deity?
Do they
If it
use
was
it?
Torog, maybe.
If it was Torog or Gorum, I'd probably give it to you, but probably not Desna. I don't think hitting a crowbar with a hammer counts as praying.
Divine praying.
I mean, Miklik could do the hammering also.
All right, I handed
He has the weapon proficiencies to do that without.
All right, the two shorties will give this a shot while you pray and heal.
All right.
I'll chill in the corner, admiring the wall.
It looks good over there, doesn't it?
Oh, that's beautiful.
Let's
Well, in
give this a
fact,
shot, Nick.
I searched this corner, this far off corner. Is there anything there?
Give me a perception check.
20.
Vorn, you're kind of looking around, and ooh, look, that's a shiny stone. You found a shiny stone. It has literally no monetary value at all.
It has personal value now. It's shiny. I like it. I'm going to give it to Nick.
It looks pretty.
I'm going to give it to Nick. A token of our friendship.
I'm going to cut over to Plum the Sailor and Miklik the Goblin. Miklik, I'm assuming you're swinging. Plum, you're holding the crowbar.
Yes.
Plum, while you're holding the crowbar, and Miklik is ting, 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 hitting it in, you have a moment where you feel like your heart seizes for a moment, and you have it hurts. It hurts. It almost feels like something is coursing through your veins.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it's-
that poison
it's
from last. Yeah,
painful.
yeah, I know.
Don't forget your bonus from
I get a
his
plus
street
2. I get a
poison.
plus 2 on this shit.
You do. You will take 7 points of poison damage,
Oh, for God's sake!
and you need to give me a fortitude save.
Oh,
I get a 25 with a 19 on the die.
Fucking beautiful.
nice roll.
So what's your total of the 25?
Total's 25.
Okay, so you're going to succeed in the fortitude save. However, the damage that you took in resisting the poison leaves you drained 2. Plum, how do you react to that? That hurt.
Yeah, I let the rest of my party know that I'm definitely hurting from this poison, and I could maybe use a little bit more healing.
I'm praying to get myself above
Same.
7.
Say, has it been 10 minutes while we were doing this, or is this within the 10 minutes?
I'm saying it's within the 10 minutes.
Okay.
Did we make any progress on that hilt, though?
You do, depending on what you do with Plum taking additional damage. Plum, are you okay holding that crowbar after taking all that additional damage?
I'd probably come back up to the service and be like, okay, I'm going to take a little bit of a rest now.
Okay, so Plum takes a few minutes, gathers himself, while Vorn is healing or patching up Daru. Is that how that's going, right?
I'm patching myself up.
Yeah, Daru's praying for 10 minutes to get his focus spell back.
That's right, and Vorn's doing...
Supposedly I got healed.
I think Born was just staring at the wall.
Yeah,
I'm
Born found the shiny rock.
Shiny rock I give to Nick. Did you not appreciate it?
Well, you couldn't have given it to me yet. I was down in the water.
Oh.
Give it to me now when we come up.
Now I just pictured Vorn anxiously standing at the edge of the water, like on tiptoes, holding the shiny rock, just like, come on, Nick, like, I want to give you this rock.
Yeah, basically. I can't argue against that.
You are able to break up the rock enough to pull out the hilt. You're able to determine that it is a rapier, but it doesn't look like steel. I know there's not an appraise check, so I'm going to make Vorn give me a crafting check.
13?
It's silver.
I feel like that's important for some reason.
Swanee thinks it's important.
We should hold on to that.
So Swanee thinks it's important. McLick would, ooh, shiny.
Good for the lycanthropy silver.
Daru, how are you doing? What's your status right now?
Are we saying that the 10 minutes passed for him to do his focus?
Yes.
Okay.
Alright, well then I will cast Lay on Hands on myself.
Which puts you at?
8 wounds.
So I guess the question would be is how long does it take us to get it out? Is it long enough that he could sit there another 10 minutes and...
Actually, yeah, it takes you 20 minutes to get the sword out.
Oh, I'm praying hard to that butterfly.
So Daru, back to back, tries to regain focus. I will give you the ability to lay on hands a second time if that's what you wish at this point.
That's what I'm going for. I have 2 wounds of 21.
And no focus.
And no focus.
Alright, so did we decide it had been more than an hour on Plum? So that Vorn
I
could
feel like
heal
it
him?
could have been by now.
Yeah,
After another 15 minutes or so?
Yeah, after another 20 minutes, yes, I would say Plum is available to be have his wounds treated once more.
Would you mind doing that, Vorn?
Yeah, I'll try to treat your wounds here.
How long does treat wounds take?
Medicine check, and I got exactly what I needed at 15.
It's a good thing you've got a more than 50% chance of hitting that.
How long does a treat wounds take?
Another 10 minutes.
I break some more!
And I give you much more health than you even have. I rolled 15 on 2d8.
So much more.
Holy crap, an 8 and a 7 on 2d8?
Yep.
I mean, is it meant to be broken, or like should I seriously be doing that like every time? Like it's
You can do that every time.
it just okay, yeah. Well, then I'm praying some more. I'm just constant state of prayer.
You guys can find out for yourselves when you take time in the middle of an adventure, when the enemy is aware of you and is
He doesn't know anything.
caring for you, what that means.
Well, maybe he's prepared for us and his spells are wearing off.
I promise I am
impatient.
more prepared not being at 4 HP.
Oh,
I am more
guarantee.
prepared now.
The tunnel beyond the snake's lair twists and it turns a lot. It's not going to allow you to pass more than one abreast at a time. You're not going to be able to walk side by side. It's a kind of a tight squeeze in here, and it winds heavily. And you're walking back and forth, and you still it's moist and it's thick and it's dank down here. It's dark. Daru's got the light source on his shield, and he's not leading the way, but he's helping the non-dark vision characters move forward. After about 10 minutes of walking through this winding tunnel, you all start to smell that fresh grass smell. You start to smell nature in a green sense starting to hit you. You see a faint light at the end of the tunnel. You're definitely reaching back to the surface. What do you do?
I get on up there. I'm sick of this dank cave.
I like being caves. There's a pond in there. It was wonderful.
The tunnel you have been traversing opens into a cave, and you can see a forest beyond the cave's mouth. The roots of a large tree block the middle of this entrance, as if the tree had grown into a hillside that has since eroded away. Beyond the tree is a large pond. A path around the water begins to one side beneath a curtain of moss hanging from the tree. The cave itself is piled high with 2 rows of neatly stacked crates and boxes.
So there's natural light in this area then?
Natural dim light. There's actually right where the tree and the cave opening are, there's kind of like a curtain of moss almost. As Miklik goes forth into this room, you kind of see, as you know, we're looking at the map that you got from the chest that you end up breaking open after it poisoned Plum.
Worth it.
You see a chamber that looks very much like that. And as you enter into the chamber here, you see... I'm going to share an image with the group here. Tell me what you see.
It is a
bald
very
human.
bald man.
He does look extremely strong, though.
Very muscular man holding a kukri and a bottle with a crossbow on his back.
Yes, he's awesome.
Yeah.
And as he jumps out and lands on, he kind of jumps out on top of the roots that are there, he has his crossbow drawn. I'm going to give the party also a picture of the scene at large.
Oh, that is definitely a crossbow pointed at us, yes.
I wondered when ports like his would arrive. Let's do this. Go ahead and give me initiatives.
Miklik's killing it with the 10.
Plum gets a 21.
Born got a 24.
I wrote a 14.
I see a lot of boxes that we can hide behind for the cover for that crossbow.
So does this look like the guy that was in the inn?
This is absolutely the guy who is harassing Finnick.
We're gonna
Miklik
do this.
could never forget this guy.
We are gonna do this, buddy. We're gonna do this.
I'm gonna fuck
You
this
and- you
guy
and
up.
me.
Fucking Hallard.
Ah, another dirty goblin. And he takes his action. He beat Vorn's 24. And he starts combat by hitting his opening salvo here. And he's going to shoot at Miklik with his crossbow. Oh, fuck. Miklik, does a 29 hit you?
Is that with cover? I'm pretty sure I got some.
You don't
Yes.
get any cover.
What do you mean? There's boxes right in front of me. I'm 3
He's
feet tall.
standing on top of tree roots, right?
3 feet tall. No. Yeah, that is more than 10 above my AC.
Well, how much above is your AC?
It's 11 above my AC.
So Miklik is going to get hit by this heavy crossbow, and it is a critical hit. A heavy crossbow's damage is D10.
Jesus!
And the way
Miklik's
that
unconscious.
That's a dead goblin.
we decided that we were going to roll our damage on critical hits is we were going to roll twice. So this is going to be 2d10 plus 4. Miklik is going to take 14 points of damage as the crossbow bolt from this heavy crossbow digs itself deep in Miklik's chest, just barely missing his heart. Halid took one action to shoot the crossbow. A heavy crossbow has a reload 2, so he's going to take his next 2 actions to reload his crossbow. It is Vorn's turn.
Born's gonna move 15 feet closer.
Stop. Give me a perception check.
16.
Just as you get close to passing Miklik, you stop because you see a tripwire that extends across the length of the room and connects to a large crossbow that holds a loaded spear.
Okay, then yeah, I definitely stop. I yell out to everybody, hey, there's a tripwire right here. Don't go any further up.
If you want to avoid and step over the tripwire here, you're going to need to take one action to bypass it.
But he's exactly 35 feet away from me. I think he did this shit on purpose. He's out of range of any of my spells except for one. And I don't really want to use that one spell on him. I'll stop here for now, and I will just Ray of Frost him.
So you're going to use your second and third action to Ray of Frost?
Correct. Yes.
Behind the tripwire.
Yes, and I did tell everybody about the tripwire as a free action.
So where exactly was the tripwire?
Right in front of us.
Literally right in front of Miklik and Vorn.
Okay. So like it goes all the way across this area?
All the way, not the length of the room from you to Hollid. It's across the room. So you have to go over the tripwire in order to avoid it. No matter what, if you move forward, you have to go over this tripwire.
Rolled a 3. That would be a 10, which I guess misses.
That is Vorn's turn. Plum, right at the back of the group here, it is your turn.
You said it would be an action to avoid that tripwire?
Correct. Like one action to overcome it. You still need to give me a perception check
To even know if I notice it?
to even see it. You're going to get a circumstance bonus.
Because I heard Vorn yell it out.
Correct. You're going to get
Now,
a circumstance bonus.
What's going to happen is... Yeah, that's okay. I'm going to delay. So with delay, I'm going to take a free action to remove myself from the initiative, and then if I wish, at any time, I can take a free action to insert myself back into the initiative after a player has made their turn.
Which brings us to our next initiative order.
Actually,
Daru.
an important point is you cannot take any reactions while you're delayed.
Well, before I make my valiant efforts to get to Hallett, I'm going to cast Lay on Hands on my goblin friend.
Daru uses that precious focus.
And then also, you'll have +2 AC until your next turn for 1 round. Oh, I guess until my turn, probably. It's her a turn.
It is your turn.
And then I will also attempt to... we're making an acrobatics check here to jump over this, or
Not necessarily. How many rounds is your lay on hand ability?
just one?
Just one. So you're going to have to step up to the tripwire with an action and then spend another action to bypass it. So that, I know the listeners can't see this, but right now Vorn, Miklik, and Daru are kind of in a line from left to right just at the entrance of the cave to this room, and the line is right in front of them, and that's where the tripwire is. Daru just spent his third action to step over the wire carefully and not trigger the trap.
So I take 2 actions to move 10 feet.
Correct.
Alright, and is this cover an action, or do I just obtain cover?
Take cover is
Take
an
cover
action.
is an action.
Okay.
So you do not have another action to take cover.
Okay.
It then goes to the heavily damaged Miklik.
Yeah, Miklik is already at the tripwire, so he's got a little bit of a benefit there. So he will use 1 action to carefully step over the tripwire. Take cover doesn't have any kind of trait next to it. It's not a manipulator, a move, or anything like that.
No, you just take cover behind something that gives you cover. The boxes will give you the opportunity to take cover, that's for certain. How many actions is the take cover?
It's 1 single action.
Okay. So you spend 1 action to step over the tripwire, and are you spending your second action to take cover behind the boxes?
Yes. So I'm just looking up my third action. I want to just verify that I can rage now.
So first action is carefully stepping over the wire, second action is taking cover behind a box, and the third action was getting really fucking mad. Which leads us to Miklik is the end of round 1.
I will take my turn. Plum will move up to just to the southeast of Vorn, well behind the tripwire, and I am going to make an attempt to cast Grease on Hallett. He needs to give me either a reflex save or an acrobatics check against my spell DC, or he falls prone.
What was
I
the
don't
option?
actually cast it on Hallett. I should specify, sorry. I am doing area. I am casting it in a area, a 5-foot square, 4 contiguous 5-foot squares, basically that surround Hallett. He is encompassed in grease. Lots of grease.
Okay. How many actions is that?
That would be all of my actions, to move up and to cast grease.
Gotcha.
He then needs to give me either a reflex save or an acrobatics check.
He has a choice.
He has a choice.
He's going to make a reflex save. You get to 29.
A 29. Well, goodness. A 29 is certainly sufficient to overcome my 17 DC.
So technically, he rolled a 19 on the dice. By the way, my dice are fucking hot tonight.
Yeah, there's no special thing that happens if he critically succeeds this.
Okay. That's
That area is still covered in grease, and he still has to make a check at the beginning of his turn.
Whether or not he moves.
Yeah, he can either step or crawl, but if he tries to move, then he has to make the save.
Step or crawl, anything else, he has to make the save.
Yes.
Even a strike action?
No, just any kind of movement.
Action. Anything with the movement trait.
Yes.
Got it.
Okay, that is the end of Plum's turn.
That's going to bring us back to the top of round 2. Halid doesn't really have a good shot on Miklik. He was really hoping to take out the goblin because Halid hates goblins.
Racist little bitch.
However, Daru is in a good position to be shot with his crossbow, and he's going to take the opportunity to shoot at Daru. 14 to hit.
That would be a miss.
The heavy crossbow bolt sails past Daru, hits the cavern wall behind him, clatters to the floor, and he, God damn it, and reloads with his final 2 actions. So his first action is shooting at Daru. His second and third actions are reloading the heavy crossbow. Vorn, you are next.
I take my first action to step over the tripwire,
Okay.
and my second and third are going to be to cast Tempest Surge.
Is that your focus spell?
It is. Yes.
Fantastic. What does that do, and what does Halid need to do?
He's going to make a reflex save, and it automatically does 1d12 electricity damage. And if he fails the save, he still takes that damage. And he gets clumsy 2, which basically affects all of his dex base. So,
Got it. All right.
and he takes persistent electricity damage.
So Halid's going to make his save right now. He gets a 16.
That's a fail. DC 17.
16 fails. All right. So what happens?
So he takes a d12 of damage, which you roll a 4. Wonderful. He takes 4 electricity damage.
Okay.
He is clumsy 2 for the next round. Basically, he takes a minus to all dex based everything. AC, reflex saves, anything dex based.
Anything that relies on dexterity.
He'll take a minus 2.
It also includes ranged attack rolls.
Yes.
Minus 2, you said?
He's clumsy 2, so minus 2.
Okay.
That's only for the next round.
Just for the next round.
Correct. But he will take 1 persistent electricity damage moving forward.
Daru, it's your turn.
All right, looking at the area in front of me, I'm assuming for my movement to not be hindered, would I need to be looking at like zigzagging around all these boxes?
I'll allow you to move through them as you need.
All right, well, I'll shoot up a perception check here just to see if I see any more of those tripwires.
You do see another tripwire.
Heck yeah, where is it?
Here.
Oh, all the way up there, huh? So about 10 feet in front of Halid, we have another tripwire.
That Daru sees.
I will advise people that I see another tripwire here. And I'm actually going to move, so that's 2 movements, 5, 10, 15, 20. I'm just going to raise shield right there and just be like, it's time to turn yourself in, bro. Because I am a redeemer, I can't just murder this man.
It's true. It's true. Thank you. Hero point for Spencer for properly playing to his class archetype. Well
And
done.
hiding behind a wire.
After Daru, it is Miklik, who is currently hiding behind some boxes.
So his first action is to move up to the wire. He uses his second action to move across the wire, and he will use his third action to attack Halid.
All
He
right.
is next to Halid, so
Right up on that bitch. And how do you attack him?
yeah, I'm gonna wind up and just punch this guy in the face. Actually, probably in the kneecap, but
And because he's clumsy too, he takes a -2 on any AC based or dexterity based checks or DCs.
all DCs and all dex-based checks, including AC. Miklik is absolutely using his hero point on that. I rolled a 2 and got a 9.
Ouch.
Miklik rolls a 4 and gets a total of an 11.
Miklik winds back. He's fucking pissed, but that pain in his rib cage as he's got a heavy crossbow bolt sticking out of it really throws him off balance, and he misses with his fist attack, which is going to bring us...
That is his third action, so he is done.
We're going to bring us to the bottom of the second round with Plum, who is still well behind the first of 2 tripwires.
Where he shall stay. First action, I am going to use 2 actions to cast Ray of Frost, which will be a spell attack against Halid.
Okay.
I get a... I rolled a 5 to get a total of 12. I think I will also take my hero point to try and bring this guy down now while he's weakened. With that, I roll a 12, and I get a 19 to hit him.
19 hits because he's clumsy.
Fantastic. Well, that was the whole point, to take advantage. All right, so I will deal 1d4 plus my charisma. I roll a 3, so I deal 7 frost damage. With my final action, I will use my focus spell, which is only a single action, and that is Elemental Toss. So I'm going to make another spell attack at Halid.
The ball of water coalesces in front of Plum.
Yep, I roll an 11 and get an 18 this time. Is an 18 going to hit?
Because of clumsy, it does hit.
Fantastic. So that just deals simply 1d8 damage. Bludgeoning, and it is a ball of water smacking him in the face. He takes 2 bludgeoning damage.
Vorn did some work with that clumsy bit. Halid takes a ball of water right to the face. He shakes it off. He looks a little pissed off about it. It is Halid's turn. Now, Plum, I have a question with you about Grease.
Yes.
Does step require for him to take a reflex or an acrobatics check?
No, he can crawl or step, and he's fine.
Okay. So, Halid's first action. If Halid takes 1 step action to the east, he will be out of the greased area and right in front of Miklik. He drops his heavy crossbow, which is a free action. With his second action, with an interact, he draws a kukri. And with his third action, swings at Miklik with his kukri. And gets a 25 to hit.
Yeah, that absolutely hits.
Halid slashes Miklik across the face and deals Miklik 11 points of damage.
Hey, Redeemer there. Don't you got any special abilities? Not to tell you how to play your character, but...
Save me!
Well, a little late, but he does have the option to do no damage to my ally or be enfeebled for 2 rounds and deal 3 less damage.
He absolutely chooses to hurt the goblin. So he would have dealt 11 damage, but because you took, what was your reaction? What's that called again?
The reaction is called Glimpse of Redemption.
That's right.
And I'm level 1, so 2 plus my level, preventing 3 damage.
Out of the 11 that you would have taken, Miklik instead takes 8 damage. Miklik.
That makes a huge difference, just so you know. Huge, because
1 HP.
That leaves me at 1 hit point instead of unconscious.
Big fucking deal. Daru spends his reaction to absolutely 100% save Miklik's fucking hide. Halid is, enfeebled 1?
2. So you'll be taking -2 on all strength-based rolls and DCs, including attack rolls and attack damage.
There we go. All right.
For 1 round.
Miklik, you have 1 HP?
1 hit point.
Fuck, this battle's gonna be tight. That's gonna be so tight. All right.
Now he takes 1 persistent damage and makes a roll.
Fuck, you're right. He does take 1 persistent electric damage from Vorn's, what was it called? Tempest Surge?
Tempest Surge, correct.
So
and it is a flat check of 15.
15, okay. Flat 15 check rolling.
Fall of Plaguestone takes...
It doesn't say it takes any kind of action. So
Okay, so
says...
you take the damage at the end of your turn, after which you can attempt to flat check.
And it doesn't cost an action to do so?
No, you do it at the end of your turn.
It just happens. So he took the 1 damage.
Yeah.
Then Halid is going to make this flat check and fail. Tempest Surge is doing some work. Now tell me, is he no longer clumsy too?
Correct. Yeah, that was only for 1 round.
Okay. So now it is Vorn Storm's turn.
I am over that tripwire. I stepped over it last.
You did.
So I'm gonna move a bit closer. 1 move action, and then I am going to throw Produce Flame at him. Nice little fireball. It's thrown. Rolled a 19, so 26 total.
Fucking hit.
Rolled a 2, plus 4, so 6.
Halid takes 6 fire damage to the face.
Casters are killing it for us right now.
Right now, absolutely. After Vorn Storm, Daru's turn.
All right, well, I'll follow up with Miklik here and carefully step over the tripwire.
1 action to step over the tripwire.
And I will attempt to swing with the Warhammer here. 18 misses.
18 does in fact miss Halid as he dodges out of the way.
And
You take another swing?
yeah, I'll attempt to swing at a lesser roll here just to see what happens. And it's still a failed attempt. At a 15, so 18 fails, 15 fails.
Daru steps up and tries to swing at him and just completely misses. After Daru's turn, it is the heavily injured, very near unconsciousness, Miklik.
Yeah, Miklik trying to kind of cut him off a little bit. I think he's gonna 5-foot step to his right, kind of make it so he can't try to like get away from Daru there.
Okay.
So that'll be 1 action. He will use a 2nd action to attack this guy. He's gonna try to swing and punch him in the face. Not rolling well tonight. Get a 13 to hit, which we've already established is gonna be a big old miss.
Yes.
So we will now do 2nd one. Yeah, that one almost needed to be like a 19 or 18, and I get a 9. I'm slowly moving up in the world. Started at 2, I'm at 9 now. I get a total for 11.
Swing and a miss. Miklik steps to the side and 2 fist swings that just miss, which leads us to the end of round 3 with Plum. It is your turn, standing way back at the room, right at the entrance of the cave. What do you do?
That's okay. My spells all have like 60 foot or more range. So I am going to use another 1st level spell, and I'm going to cast Hydraulic Push, which is another spell attack at Halid.
Okay.
So here we go. I rolled a 2, and I get a 9.
Shit tonight.
So I miss. With my final action,
Point, didn't you?
yeah, I did. Although you had gave me one, I will use the action point I received from making my terrible Kevorkian pun,
It was bad.
and I will attempt to attack Bort, or excuse not Bort. I will attempt to attack Halid one more time with that hydraulic push. This time, I roll an 8 and get a total of 15, which is still going to miss. And I am done. No. Sorry, I am not done. I use my final action to cast Shield, which basically gives me the raise shield action.
That is the bottom of round 3, which brings us to the top of round 4. Halid will spend his first 2 actions on a special ability called 1-2 Move. Halid will make a strike action against Miklik with his kukri.
You gonna use your ability there, Spencer?
Yep, of course. I mean, it's already in effect as well.
He's already enfeebled 2. That's strength based, right?
Yep.
Look, the kukri does not have the finesse trait, so he will take a -2 on this, which will mean he gets a 20 to hit Miklik. Does that hit?
Yes, that does hit Miklik.
Miklik gets hit with a kukri and will take
Miklik's unconscious.
literally any damage.
it does not matter.
Unconscious. Halid slices Miklik across the face, and Miklik falls back and is on the floor.
How much damage was it?
It was 6 damage.
So Miklik is unconscious, dying 1.
No, Miklik!
Miklik is down. Halid, with his second and third action, after he slices Miklik across the face, he's going to, with his fist, cross over and punch Daru right in the face. Oh, Daru, does a 28 hit?
Yeah, dude.
Is that a critical?
Did you do your -2?
To a 26, then.
No, it's not a critical.
Not a critical.
Would it have been a critical at 28?
It would have been 10 over, yeah.
That makes a big difference. In the
Just,
meantime,
like, punch my face off? Like, it literally
Get
just
fucking
comes off?
punched. No, it
Like,
roll the 4 on a d4. It's a +6 normally, but because of Daru's -2 on strength-based effect, it's a +4. Daru takes 8 damage. For his third action, Halid is going to make an athletics check to shove Daru back 5 feet.
so, I mean, is he taking his, like, normal negatives, or is this his 1-2 move thing?
I was just gonna say, the shove action has the attack trait, which means that the multiple attack penalty does apply. So Halid's going to make a athletics check to shove. So a -10 because it's his third attack action, plus the -2, so -12. The shove action goes against your athletics DC. Can we take a
It goes
quick...
against my Fortitude DC.
Your fortitude, that's what I was going to ask. So he's going to make an athletics skill check against Daru's...
The reason I know this is because this is the exact same thing I was about to do to him.
Really?
Yes.
So that means it's this D20 roll -1, because he normally gets a +11, but he's taking -12 because of all the penalties. Daru, what is your fortitude DC?
Do I roll that, or would it just be...
Oh, no, it's 10 plus your fortitude save.
Alright, 17.
17 is your total. Okay. I'm going to make this roll in front of the party because this is a big deal. Oh, okay. Got a 7 on the dice. That will not beat his fortitude DC. Halid goes to shove Daru into the tripwire, and Daru just knocks his arm away with his shield.
Don't suppose that special ability has a thing for critical failures.
Shove?
Did you critically fail? Yeah, you lose your balance, fall prone.
No shit, really?
Yep.
Halid falls prone?
You critical failure on a shove. You lose your balance, fall, and land prone.
So wait, he rolled a 7.
But it's
He gets a minus-
17.
So
So
he gets a
But a
-1.
-1, so he's a 6 against a 17.
6 against 17 absolutely critically fails. Halid falls prone. He falls on his ass as Halid goes to try to push Daru back into the tripwire. Daru counters by slamming his shield into his hand, and Halid just
He got
falls on
greedy.
his ass.
He got greedy.
He did get greedy. We're in round 4, and it is now Vorn Storm's turn.
Chucking a fireball.
Produce flame or actual fireball?
Produce flame. You think I can do a fireball at this level?
You keep saying fireball, and like as far as traditional tabletop games go, that's a 3rd level fuck.
Fireball is a thing.
The first 5 words. A small ball of flame.
Okay, that's a little confusing. For anybody, like let's just say Born makes a basketball of fire and throws it at Halid.
Other than a basketball, I mean, it's you can't do
Big softball.
it's a softball. We'll go with that.
Okay, all right.
I wind up and pitch it at him.
Dun 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 dun.
Apparently miss. I got a 17.
17. Now hold on a second. He is prone.
I was just reading it. Okay, so when you are prone, you can take the take cover action,
Which he did
while
not
prone,
have enough
which
actions to
exactly, he
take.
did not. So if he does not take the take cover action, then he is not gaining anything from being prone against range attacks like you would have in Pathfinder First Edition.
Okay. Unfortunately, a 17 does not hit Halid.
I'm tempted to use my hero point, but I'm going to save it. No. Everyone else used their hero points already on this fight?
Yeah.
Ah, screw it. I'm using my hero point.
Dropping it all.
I'm dropping it. Let's try this again.
You guys need to stop rolling like garbage.
I
That's
rolled
it.
worse than last time.
5 on the dice, 12 total. Halid still is missed. Or is Produce Flame only one action?
It's 2. It's 2.
It is 2. Okay.
Third action, yeah, I'll take cover.
Vorn takes cover behind some of the boxes that he is behind. It is now Daru's turn.
So he's not taking any negatives for being on the ground?
No.
Oh, he's flat-footed, so he has a -2.
Oh, he is flat. I didn't catch that one. I will just swing my hammer down at this body on the ground. It's incorrect. I'm actually pointing anyways, so it's fine.
There you go.
I will do some bludgeoning damage to him here.
Fuck yeah.
And I mean, I've got the action, so I'll attempt another attack at a +2.
Hold on. How much damage did you just deal?
Oh, 12 damage. Max hit. 8 + 4.
You rolled a d8, rolled an 8 and 4 damage. Daru winds up and just fucking cracks Halid right in the rib cage with this warhammer and deals a lot of damage.
And I critically miss. Does that have anything to do with it?
No.
Okay.
Daru then swings a second time
And missed pretty badly.
with an 8 total. What do you do with your third action?
I'm going to move up and around. Can I sit on this little tree post?
Is that what you do?
Yep.
Halid has the ability to make attack of opportunities.
From the ground. Do it.
That's what my question is.
He takes a -2 from attacking while prone.
So he can make the attack of opportunity reaction, but he takes a -2 to his attack because
Yeah, I
he's
don't-
prone.
I don't see anything in prone saying he can't take reactions. He is simply flat-footed and takes a -2 circumstance penalty to attack rolls.
Beautiful. Okay, now real quick, he's prone. Is he still enfeebled from the last round?
Yeah, I suppose he would be.
So that means he takes a -4 to this attack of opportunity. Halid takes his attack of opportunity because Daru spends his third action to move through Halid's threatened square to just beside him. 18 to hit.
Spot on.
Spot on. 18 hits.
I think our DM's a liar, but
Roll a 10 on the dice. And his
he's got a
Cooper,
+12.
he does. I rolled a 2 on a d6. He gets a +6 normally, but enfeebled 2 reduces that by 2, correct?
Yep.
Which means he gets 6 damage to Daru. As Daru moves past him to get into an advantageous position, Halid slices at his legs, which takes us to Miklik, who is unconscious.
Actually, before we go into this, when you fall unconscious, you move to directly before the person that knocked you unconscious.
Wait, hold on. So then Plum goes next?
Yeah, Plum goes next.
Okay, so then we're going to skip Miklik. We're going to go to Plum.
Well, yeah, I mean, we don't skip Miklik. Miklik changed position and order.
He's at the top of the order for next round.
Correct.
So that means instead of after Daru being Miklik, it is after Daru Plum. It is your turn.
All right, I will use my final first-level spell, and I will again try and hit this prone motherfucker with Hydraulic Push.
Okay.
And here we go. Spell attack roll. I roll a 6. I get a 13. I miss.
13 does not hit Halid as he is prone and on the ground.
And again, as my third action, I will put up a shield. Done.
Boom, 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 boom. Then we go to the top of round 5. Miklik, because he went unconscious on Halid's round during round 4, has his initiative order moved to before who dealt him the damage that made him unconscious. So right now, at the top of round 5, Miklik is your turn. Now you are dying 1, correct?
Correct.
Now, when you're in the dying condition, you can make a recovery roll, and it is a flat check. Explain to us what that means.
So I have to make a flat check, which is literally just a d20 roll with no modifiers of 10 plus my dying modifier, my dying level.
So you have to roll an 11 or higher on a d20.
Correct.
Make that roll.
Which, the way the night's going, that's not very likely.
It's not going to happen at this point.
Nope. Nope.
Fucking 10 on the dice.
10 on the die. So I failed, so my dying value increases by 1. So I now move to 2.
Miklik continues to bleed out, and his dying condition is now dying 2. Miklik's looking bad, guys. And
Yeah,
guess
this
what?
guy wants to kill me. All he has to do is attack me, and I'd probably die.
It is Halid's turn. Halid does not hate goblins enough to kill Miklik in his current situation. He's more concerned about survival, and he will attempt to knock Daru out. He stands up. On his second action, he attacks Daru. He swings at Daru with his kukri. On the die in 18, with his -2, that is a 28 to hit.
That's a critical.
That's a critical hit?
Really.
That's
we
really
can-
bad.
I really hate not having attacks of opportunity. It's kind of stupid. I don't like 2E. I'm done. That's how I kill this stupid paladin.
Rage quit.
Yeah, I think
quit.
we're all dead here anyway. So
This is looking really bad for the party. So his kukri hit is a critical hit against Daru. His kukri is normally 1d6 plus 6. Because he is enfeebled 2, he will be a 1d6 plus 4, but that is still a critical hit. So it's 2d6 plus 8. Daru takes 18 points of damage.
So the fact that that was a critical is very important,
Yes, it is.
because if you go to 0, what a critical, you jump directly to dying 2.
Heck yeah.
So that puts Daru at dying 2. Miklik, what's your dying value?
Miklik is also dying 2.
Miklik is dying 2.
And that moves Daru directly before Halid also.
After Halid slices Daru across the chest and the neck with his kukri, Daru falls unconscious, and with the second part of the 1-2 punch action, he slams his fist into Miklik's skull, or attempts to. I'm going to make another d20 roll in front of the party here. Halid's punch fist is usually a plus 11. With his multiple attack penalty, it's a plus 6. With his enfeebled 2 position, it's a plus 4. I roll a 4 on the dice, that equals 8. He misses Miklik, and his fist connects into the ground next to Miklik's head, and he misses. Daru and Miklik are both unconscious next to Halid. It is Vorn's turn.
Fuck. I really wish I had a heal spell or a damaging spell that did more damage.
yeah, I've got nothing left either.
And I haven't hit him with a single fucking spell. The only ones that hit him were ones he had to do saves on.
Wait, hold on. He takes 1 persistent damage.
He does, yeah.
Making the dice roll in front of the party again. I roll an 11. He fails. He's still going to be taking that persistent electricity damage.
I will produce flame again. That's all I can really do. Yes. I rolled a 15.
We're fucked.
15 to hit, misses.
I have a shield. I'll raise my shield.
Vorn raises his shield as his final action. We're down to the bottom of round 5. Plum, it is your turn.
Ray of Frost. That's all I really got.
Ray of Frost against Halid.
2 actions to Ray of Frost. Spell attack roll. I roll an 11, get an 18.
18 does not hit.
Plum uses his third action
To run the fuck away.
to move back 15 feet. Would you say I still have a line of sight on him from there?
I'll give it to you.
Okay. And that's what I'm going to do.
Which brings us to the top of round 6. Miklik, you are dying 2. You need to make a recovery roll, which is DC 10 plus your dying condition, so 12, correct?
Correct.
So you're about to roll a d20.
Fuck me.
Miklik
I
gets
mean, that's an 8.
an 8 on the dice, which reduces Miklik's dying condition to 3.
Dun dun dun.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Character
Now he doesn't even need to crit me. He just needs to touch me.
Character death occurs at dying 4. After
It does.
Miklik, it is Daru's turn. Daru is dying 1 or 2.
2.
Which means you need to make a 12 on the dice. Roll
Roll a 10.
Daru fails.
You could finish off both of us right now.
Daru is now dying 3.
I was gonna action point that just if I was successful.
You have another hero point left. You're the only one who's gotten 2.
No, I was gonna use it if I was successful.
Wait, no. If you have a hero point, use it. You can use it to go back to alive.
Yeah.
I don't like come alive, do I?
Yeah. Daru uses his final hero point to stabilize. He is at 0 HP. He no longer has the dying condition. He no longer has any wounded condition. He's just at 0 HP and unconscious. Which brings us to Halid. Halid takes his first action to step up to the tripwire, his second action to step over the tripwire, and his third action to get within Vorn's range. Halid has his kukri out and is in melee range to Vorn. It is now Vorn's turn.
I don't like this. You're too close to me. I have a bubble. Get the fuck out of my bubble. I'm gonna take a step back, step action.
1 action.
Yep. And then I am going to produce my mana. Please hit. Thank you.
Oh,
Oh,
Rolled
thank
a
God.
15, got a 22. Finally.
damn, did you need that?
Oh my god.
22 to hit does in fact hit Halid.
Oh, yes. That's going to be 7 damage. I rolled a 3 on the d4.
Halid is still up.
No. He's dead. Just let him die.
Halid is up. Plum, it is your turn.
Would you say I have line of sight on him from where I'm at?
No.
I take a 5-foot step to there to get line of sight where I think you should say I have line of sight there.
I'll allow that, but he gets a plus because of the soft cover of the crates and the boxes and the barrels, which means he gets a +1 to AC for anything you do.
Okay. I make a spell attack roll.
Oh, Plum, you need this.
I roll a 7, I get a 14. I miss.
14 misses. That's your first and second action to attempt to produce a ball of water against him.
No, that was a ray of frost, but that was all 3 of my actions because I also took a step action.
Which brings us back to the top of the order. It is round 7, which right now is Miklik's turn. Miklik, you are dying 3. You
Yeah.
have 1 flat check to make, and it's a flat check of DC 10 plus your dying value. You need to roll a 13 or higher on this D20 roll. Otherwise, Miklik dies.
Yes, that is very true.
I don't see any other way around this, Miklik. 20.
Literally the most important role of Miklik's life.
Get a 13 or higher, or Miklik's dead.
2. Oh my god. No.
My
Oh
goblin's
my
dead.
god. Why? Why, cruel world? Oh my god. A 2. I don't know if I've rolled over a 10 all night.
You haven't.
Seriously, it's been so bad. So bad.
The gash across Miklik's throat gushes and spurts, and finally
then stops.
it stops. Miklik is dead. I want to take a moment.
Moment of silence.
Miklik is dead. Fuck Daru. Daru uses heroic recovery, loses the dying condition, loses the wounded condition, but he is at 0 hit points with the unconscious condition, which brings us to round 7, Halid's turn. Halid takes his first action to 5-foot step up into Vorn's business.
Please don't.
He is going to take his 1-2 hit action. This takes up his second and third action. His first attack is going to be with his kukri. This kukri attack is going to be with a +12. And I'm going to roll this d20 in front of the party.
Don't forget you raised your shield.
I did.
Still gonna hit you.
It's going to be a 21 to hit.
My AC is currently 20.
Vorn is going to take 1d6 plus 6.
No, that won't kill me.
Yeah, but he
Okay.
gets to punch you afterwards.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, we'll find out with the punch. You are going to take 10 points of damage. This particular ability leaves you flat-footed against the uppercut that Halid is about to place square into your jaw. Flat-footed leaves you with a -2 to AC. So it's going to be this d20 roll that I'm about to make in front of the party, plus 7. I roll a 2 on the dice. Halid completely misses Vorn's jaw. He just Neo dodges out of the way, and that was his third action. Vorn, it is your turn.
Step back, throw fucking fire at him. I want to murder him. Come on now. Yes, rolled a 19.
God.
26 total to hit him.
Did he take his 1 persistent and make his roll?
Oh, yes. He needs 1 persistent.
Okay, so he takes 1 persistent electricity damage as the Tempest Surge is still against him. He rolls an 8 on a d20. He does not make the flat check to recover from the persistent damage,
He will continue to take persistent 1 point of damage.
which he took.
Okay, and now for my damage from hitting with the little fire, rolled a 2, so that's 6 damage total.
6 damage to Halid. Vorn takes his hands, and he, with concentration on his face, he sees 2 of his adventuring party dead in front of him, pulls up the fire, and he shoots it at Halid. And Halid takes the fire damage straight to his face, and he drops unconscious. Bitch! Halid falls down. Boom!
Alright, guys, go save Miklik.
Good luck with that.
You guys carry my fucking unconscious body back because no one can heal me?
Well, I can treat you eventually.
Eventually.
From my position here, behind the line of the tripwire, I cast a few Ray of Frosts into Halid's head as he lays on the ground, just to make sure.
Oh, I'm gonna like stomp on his fucking head with my 8 strength.
Just a bunch of ice bolts go right into his face. Plum doesn't want to take any chances. Vorn steps up to Halid and just starts fucking stomping him. It's heels.
I imagine his head's like frozen from the rays of frost, and I just like shatter it.
Really quick, let's run over. Well, Plum still doesn't want to pass these tripwires, but Vorn, are they dead?
I think Daru's okay, but Miklik's gone. And I grab my shiny stone from his body, put it back in my pocket. It's my shiny stone.
Miklik is dead.
All sounds you heard in this episode were provided by Sirenscape. Check them out at Sirenscape.com. We want to thank you for joining the MNmaxed podcast as we continue our adventures into the Fall of Plaguestone and Pathfinder Second Edition. We want to invite you to do so again next week, and until then, we hope you have many great adventures of your own.